Hey guys, hello everyone. My name is Sonia. Welcome to my channel. Today I have come up with another interesting topic to discuss with you. Before starting, if you are new to my channel or you are my first time viewer, then I will request you to please subscribe to this channel, and for this you can press only subscribe button. Please have a look on downside. But if you are my regular viewer, I hope you might have already subscribed to my channel. But if you have not done it so far, then please subscribe. Button is there. इतना तो बनता है यार. Okay, so let's go back to the topic. Today we are going to discuss second part of my last video. If you remember, last time we discussed about one very good school, very reputed school of France, known as ENAC, which is also known as French Aviation School. And I promise you that in my next video, we are going to discuss about documents which you will need to get admission into this school, or I should say to apply for getting admission into the school. There are basically total 8 documents, and I have divided these 8 documents into 2 parts. First part is that the documents which you will need in advance. It means that you need at least 4 to 5 months to prepare for these documents, or sometimes more than that. And second part is the documents which you will need before you apply for any particular course in ENAC. In fact, these documents are common for all the other schools. All the other schools are going to ask same documents to apply, but there will be some additional documents based on the school. But these will be the must documents, and this is the property of ENAC. It asks only must documents. It doesn't ask for additional documents. So let's start with the documents which you will need in advance, at least 5 to 6 months or more than that. These are 4 documents. First document is very easy. We all know about this, and the name of this document is passport. You know that without passport you cannot go to abroad. I know it is very basic thing, even though I will say that if you have not applied for passport, you can apply for passport at any time. Nowadays processing time is not very high. Not at this time. I know this is coronavirus crisis. Many things have stopped, and I always told you that I am never talking about this year. September 2020, no. For me, no. But for next year, yes. After a few months, when situations are going in control, you can apply for passport. But if you already have passport, you should check validity of this passport. Because when you will apply for visa, when you will get admission in 2021 and you will apply for visa, your passport should be valid for whole duration of your studies. This is very important, because generally if you have the course of 1 year, your government always expect that your course is maybe last for more than 1 year. So they will always ask you to submit a passport having validity of more than completion of your course. So you check your passport, and if you don't have longer validity, suppose your passport is going to expire in January or May 2022, even though it is not going to work. So you have to apply passport. In India, we can apply for passport in advance for 1 year. So you have sufficient time, you can apply for this passport. So once you are ready with passport, second important document is transcript. I know many people don't know about transcript. Transcript is not mark sheets. In our country, most of the universities issued mark sheets of every year or sometimes every semesters. In final year, you are going to have marks of your final year as well as total marks of last 2 years. But transcript is different. When you will apply for transcript, in 1 page, you are going to get full marks of each and every subjects of all years. Suppose your course is 4 years, then you are going to receive 1 paper having marks mentioned for all 4 years separately with name of subjects, marking, ranking based on university. The additional thing with transcript is that it is made in English, so it is very good for international students, international universities, because you know that every country has different language. To apply for transcript, what you have to do, you have to apply online. As I know, in today's scenario in India, every university is issuing transcript online. So it's very simple. You do some Google, you do some research. I'm sure you are going to get how to apply for transcript online. Apply online, and then you will receive your transcript maybe within 1 or 2 months, and sometimes it may be longer as usual. You have to pay for this. Transcript service is not free, but it's not very costly too. If you are planning to go abroad, obviously 500, 600 or 1000 rupees is nothing. So you have to pay approximately this amount for this. Some universities ask your transcript in sealed envelope, but good thing is that ENAC didn't ask this. ENAC asks you to submit scanned copy of transcript. So if you are planning for ENAC, don't worry. Check one transcript copy, scan it in very good PDF format, and then you can upload it at anywhere. So this was my second document. Third document is your final year or your highest degree certificate, for which you are going to submit your transcript or you are going to claim your education for admission. When I talk about degree certificate, I know that most of people are already having degree certificate, but if you don't have, apply, because I know in our country generally degree certificates issue also took time. In case you are in final year or you are planning to apply for masters, don't worry, you can apply for provisional degree certificate, but when you will get admitted, you have to submit this document before confirmation of your admission. So be ready for this. I know this is also going to take time. Now we talk about 3 documents: passport, transcript, degree certificate, and all these 3 are related to your efforts. You don't have to study or you have to do hard work for this. 4th document which I'm going to tell you is very, very important documents, because this document is going to give you many opportunities for many other scholarships and financial opportunities. And this document is known as English test, your English results. If you remember, I told you that in most of the universities you have to submit your English test or English eligibility. The country which are exempted from this rule is the country who are having English speaking as their natural language, but India don't have this type of things. So for most of the Indians, you have to submit English test. Some universities in France exempt you from English test if you prove that you have done your all studies in English. But this is not the case with ENAC. You have to submit your English test, and I will always recommend that you have to write English exam, because it is going to improve your opportunities to get finance for your education. Generally, you can submit scores of IELTS or TOEFL, and these scores are valid for few years, so you can take this exam in advance. I can give you example of IELTS. IELTS exam score is valid for 2 years. So if you have given exam in 2020, you can apply for any courses till 2022. So you have sufficient time for this. Don't worry. This exam is not very tough, but even though you will feel, especially if you are have done your studies in English language, you will feel that it is easy, but actually it's not too easy to. You need to do a lot of practice. As per my experience, no people get their desired scores in first attempt. People used to give 2 to 3 attempts to get their desired scores. Minimum you have to be ready with, minimum is 6 in all band, in all sections: listening, reading, writing and speaking. But if you have higher, then it's going to be very, very advantageous for you. So always give this exam. IELTS also have two types of exams, general and academic. Generally, most universities accept academic exam only. But the good thing with ENAC is that you can submit a score of IELTS general or IELTS academic. Both will work for you. So don't worry, you can apply. So this was my fourth document. So these are all 4 documents which are going to take time to get you prepared for admission. Now we are going to discuss about 4 more documents which doesn't took much time, and you have to be ready with these documents generally before 1 month only. Suppose you are planning for September 2021 session and you are applying in November 2020, then this document must be written before like October or September. It's not possible that you will write it today and you will submit at this time. What is these documents? First document is resume or CV. You know, resume and CV, why I said you cannot write in advance, because in next 6 to 7 months you are going to improve some qualifications, you are going to improve some experience. So it should be always updated at the time of applications. Apply for resume, write your resume in very good way. Generally, there are some rules to write resume. You have to, generally we have to think about the country where we are going to apply, because every country have different resume format. But again, good thing with ENAC is that ENAC is a school where most of the students are international and they accept all types of resume format. So you don't need to think about format. You only have to think about your information. But I will suggest one thing, that when you make resume, try to add photographs, because it is France culture. It's make a different impression if you will make your resume with color fonts, and you also add photographs. But if you are not doing it, it's not going to affect decisions of ENAC, but it will make a good impression. So this was first documents. Always submit your updated, and always submit the documents for which you have proof. You may have to submit anything at any time. Suppose you are saying that I have worked in this company from this to this year. They may ask means it is not that they are asking at the time of admission, but in future they may ask at any time that you submit proof of these documents. And if you are writing anything false, it may be very, very costlier for you, because you are not going to get degree certificates. And this was the first document, the resume. Let's discuss about second document. Second document is reference letter or letter of recommendations. Both documents are named is different, but content is mostly same. You have to get recommendations or reference from one of your seniors, colleagues, boss, teachers, anyone. But there are some rules. Rules is that if you are taking reference from a person, he should have guided you in your career, in your thesis, in your education, or means there should be some relationship. It's not that your supervisor is someone else and you are giving recommendations of anyone else. You have to show some link between, means they will ask that how they are recommending you, how that person knows you. So if you are saying that I worked under him from this year to this year, it should be according to your resume, because in resume they will check everything. Generally they do cross check, and it doesn't happens one time, it happens many times when they will issue you degree certificate, and maybe your future employer will also check all these things. So always give correct recommendations, and always give good recommendations. Excuse me, the person who is going to recommend you is also very, very important. So as I said. And yes, if you are a professional person and you are going for a professional course, it is important that out of 2 reference, 1 reference should be from your supervisor or your senior colleague. While second recommendations letter you can have from your schools also, or you can submit both recommendation letter from your employer. But you cannot submit both recommendation letter from your school. they need your professional recommendations, because they are giving you admission based on your professional experience. Same for students. For students, 2 reference letters from their university who have taught them directly. It is very, very important. This was second document. Third is letter of motivations. When you start to write this letter, you have to be motivated, because then only your thoughts will come into your mind. Write this letter in very, very good way, because it also makes a good impression for scholarship selection as well as for competitive process like getting admission into ENAC. It is very, very competitive. Okay, so we discuss resume, we discuss 2 reference letters, and we discuss letter of motivation. 4th document is not very big documents for which you have to prepare. This is only receipt of your admission fee. As I told you in my last video that you have to submit admission fee of 70 euros. So with this you are going to submit admission fee receipt also. So this was all 8 documents. We discussed about all 8 documents. I know that all documents have their importance except transcript, degree certificate, and English test score. Other documents and obviously fee receipt, reference letter, letter of motivation, and resume play a lot of role in getting you a scholarship as well as admission. So you have to be very, very careful by these documents. But these documents are generally, it doesn't take much time, but you have to know that what you have to write. And in my future videos I will also teach you that how to make good resume, recommendations, as well as letter of motivations. In my next video I'm going to talk about scholarship which are especially dedicated for ENAC and how can you get that scholarship. I am sure because most of the good students get these scholarships, but many students don't know about them. So wait for my next video. We are going to discuss about scholarship, and it's very important because you are going to get huge financial benefits. So if you like my video, again, please subscribe and share it with your friends. Let's see you in my next video. Till then, bye.